In this video, you'll discover why the FMR Animate rig is used by thousands of animators around the world and get the latest version before your friends do. Stay tuned. What's up, survivalists? It's Chafe, Team W&J here. I know how hard it is to find a good Minecraft rig that works with all versions of Cinema 4D, but that's about to change. Introducing the long-awaited FMR Animate version 2. If you want to get it right now, the link is in the description. Otherwise, make sure you watch the entire video because you won't regret it. Okay, so this first update will change your life, and that's not a joke. For the past 1.5 years, Minecraft animators have been stuck on Cinema 4D R18. This is because of a bug in R19 and above that won't let you extrude your skins. Now, why should you care? Because R19 and above has some of the most amazing and beautiful features that will skyrocket your animations. There is not a single free rig that is compatible with R19 and above, not to mention a lot of the paid rigs don't support it either. But FMR Animate version 2 does. No more version limitations, so you can truly express your creativity with a brand new arsenal of tools that could land you a job in the future as well. Now, that alone should be a good enough reason to use FMR Animate over any other rig. FMR Animate is not the most advanced rig with the most features out there. It's not even trying to be that. In fact, it's trying to be the opposite. Why? Because I know what you need even if you don't. You don't need the most advanced rig out there, and you certainly don't need the most features. What you need is something simple and useful, and that's exactly what FMR Animate brings to the table. No more confusion and no more clutter. Next, after speaking with some of the greatest minds in Minecraft animation, being Rainimator, Black Plasma Studios, and Zella Creations, we have completely redesigned the face for FMR Animate version 2. One of the criticisms pointed out by Zamination was that the faces of the Black Plasma Studio rigs aren't very expressive. By looking at this picture, it's very difficult to see what emotion Tigrin is feeling right now. But in my opinion, this fan-made version by Zamination conveys the emotions a lot better. I wanted to give you the ability to make faces just like Zamination's. So that's why we completely wiped out the old outdated face panel and replaced it with the improved face editor. Once you turn it on, you'll have much finer control over what emotions you want to convey to your viewers. While we're on the topic of faces, everything from FMR Animate version 1 still works. That includes lip syncing, eyebrow scale, etc. But there's also something new that will save you hours of time. Auto blink. That's right, you asked for it and it's finally here. Thank you so much to Solar PH for helping me code this one. Auto blink sounds like a really small thing, but if you want to give your animations a bit of extra life that most animators don't have the time to put in, FMR Animate has got your back. There is only one other rig out there with the auto blink feature, and FMR beats it because it gives you control. The first setting here, Seed, determines the random blink pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will make your character blink differently than 99999, for example. Duration is how fast the blinks are. By default, it's set to 0, and that means 6 frames. If you want your character to blink faster, decrease the number. And if you want them to blink slower, increase the number. Minimum and maximum frequency determine how long before the next blink happens. For example, if you set the minimum value to 24 and the maximum to 48, a blink will happen somewhere in between those two numbers. Finally, blink height determines how far down the eyelids will go. This is helpful to solve any clipping issues. Alright, this next change is massive for Minecraft animators. You now have extreme control over all 4 limbs on your rig, because each limb now has an IK/FK switch as well as a hybrid mode. Don't worry if you have no idea what that means. I've left the default settings exactly the same, so you can use this rig like any other rig. But if you do understand what this means, you're in for a treat. In the user data, you can now switch between hybrid mode, which is how the arms work, IK mode, so you can attach limbs to a certain place, or full FK mode, which allows for more accurate and smoother animations. Now, if you have a skin like mine where the mouth is at the very bottom pixel of the face, you understand how annoying this is. It causes problems with every single rig, except this one. With FMR Animate version 2, you can now move the mouth to the very bottom of the face and it will not bug out no matter what skin you're using. And here's another one while we're at it. Have you ever extruded part of the face to be very disappointed when the extrusions don't follow the mouth movement? Have you ever wondered why none of the Sacrosaran soldiers in the Levasleer prologue ever open their mouth? Or why General Jaban's mustache looks so funny when he talks? Well, that's all fixed now. FMR Animate version 2 has extrusions that follows the mouth. Oh, and what's inside? Yeah, that's right, that's a tongue in there. You can turn this on and off whenever you want, and it's also fully tickleable, so you can make your characters go better now. Now guys, I love anime, and it's a real shame that the double eyes were bugged in the original FMR Animate version 1. But worry not, I've heard your voice and I've fixed the issue. Double eyes now work in FMR Animate version 2. If you ever wanted to make a baby by scaling up the head, you'd have to go through a set of complex instructions that take way too long. That's why I've added a head scale option to make your life easier. Listen, I know how much time you spend on animations. I've been there too. So with FMR Animate version 2, I've optimized everything so you can save time. For instance, the squash and stretch controller now follow the head. Smart Move is now turned off by default because, in reality, no serious animator uses Smart Move. Warning, Smart Move only exists to trick noobs into believing that their rig is more advanced and has more features. It's not actually that useful. Now this next one is controversial, but you'll thank me once you understand why I've done it. I have deleted every single item from the items list. Because nobody from Team WNJ uses the default items, and if we need to use them, we'll just import them from a separate pack. Well, what does this mean for you? Well, that means less polygons, less textures, and less lag. You're going to thank me because cutting down lag is way more important to finishing your animations than having your characters hold a diamond sword but have 49 other unused items taking up your RAM. Oh, and don't worry about attaching items either because I've made that process a lot easier. No longer do you have to twirl down all these objects and find the wrist to attach the object. All you have to do now is drag your object under this wrist attachment null. And it just works. FMR Animate version 2, the rig designed by animators for animators. No complex espresso, no confusing buttons, no file breaking glitches, and no version limitations. If you like what you see, download the rig right now using the link in the description. And if you're still not sure, why not try out version 1 for free? Once you see the power of FMR Animate, I'm confident you'll find a way to buy version 2 no matter how old you are. If you want to learn how to set up the rig, click this playlist over here, and if you want to see the rigs in action, click the playlist over here. There's also a link to our Discord server in the description in case you have questions or need help. I'll see you there. Cheers!